It would be so easy to go in on Klay Thompson this year. If I had inauthenticity in my heart and just wanted to appeal to whatever silly narrative is going around at this particular moment, I could. And a lot of it would be partially true. That 0-for-10 play-in game to cap the season, and now we know the entirety of his storied Warriors career that's brought the Bay Area 4 championships and one of the most iconic dynasties, if not the most iconic dynasties in league history. It was bad. That's not the way we expect legends to go out. We want stories, and we for damn well sure expect them to have much more satisfying endings. I'm not going to ignore it, but I can't harp on something that the NBA world has already beaten into oblivion. Yeah, it was a bad night. It would have been cooler if the ball went through the hoop more. I'm sure Klay's well aware. I'm sure you're all well aware. So now what? Man, like, you want something more? Want me to fucking launch my fist through a wall over this shit? Or like, what do you want? Production-wise, Klay is aging relatively gracefully, especially given his extensive injury history. The shot is still falling, not at all-time great rates, but he's still fulfilling his role as a top spot-up shooting threat. He shot 42% on catch-and-shoot threes this year while leading the league in makes per game. At this point, this is the extent of the role you want Klay to serve for your team, and he's still serving it well. This year, he led the NBA in free throw percentage, knocking down 92% of them. The defense is what's taken the greatest hit, but the guy missed 2.5 years of basketball. Did we expect him to come back looking like prime Tony Allen? In my eyes, his decline has been blown way out of proportion. Are we supposed to be living in 2017 forever? How long are these guys supposed to be good for? I know we've been spoiled by the prolonged primes of LeBron, KD, and Thompson's own backcourt mate, but this is fucking Klay Thompson, okay? Newsflash, he's not gonna age as gracefully as the greatest players of all time. I'm sorry to break it to you.
You know, Klay's presence means so much to the spacing on the floor, to the flow of the offense, and he's still got good years left. And I know I speak for everybody in the organization. We want him back.
Maybe it's the fact that Klay's steady downfall also happens to align with the downfall of the Warriors dynasty in its entirety. Golden State hasn't proven to be a real contender since securing that surprise chip in 2022. They missed the entirety of the playoffs this year, and it finally feels like the irrefutable end to a fantastic era of Warriors basketball. And nothing could solidify this sentiment more than the departure of Klay himself, one of the integral core three that made this era of Warriors basketball everything that it was. Klay saw the writing on the wall and moved on to the young, new, exciting team emerging out of the West that the Warriors once were, ready to assist a budding young guard on the precipice of all-time superstardom the way Curry once was a decade ago. This move is sad for what it represents, the closing of a chapter, the end of an entire era of basketball that has admittedly long overstayed its welcome. I don't think anyone could foresee LeBron and Steph and KD still being those dudes all these years later. The fuck this guy certainly didn't. But this is a segment about Klay Thompson. Fuck all the sappy big picture shit. God damn it, these are exactly the kind of pieces a guy like Luka needs around him right here, right now. Listen, Luka is a ball hog. Shit's gonna run through him, and it's tough to build a team star-studded enough to compete for titles around a guy so ridiculously ball dominant. But Klay is like the perfect guy for that role. While his defense deteriorating makes me more than iffy about throwing Klay's name into a starting five that already contains Luka and Kyrie, on the flip side of things, this is a guy who's given us 60, taking 11 dribbles. He shouldn't have to do shit but shoot, and he's proven to be perfectly content with that role for years. I wouldn't be shocked if one day next year he once again becomes NBA Twitter's top target once the headline "Klay Thompson moved down to the bench" surfaces, because how the hell is anyone on the perimeter being defended with these three guys they have out there? You don't want top backcourts in the league facing these three. But either way, I like the move. It's not about who starts games, it's about who finishes them. And speaking on that topic, Klay could very well finish next year with enough jewelry to shit talk opponents by sticking out all 5 goddamn fingers. And we know how much he would bask in that opportunity should it arise.